Making a good first impression is an important way for an interviewer to get an idea of the kind of person you are. But what if the first impression you give isn't a good one? What if you blew your chance? Could you have another one? Can you really make a second first impression? In today's video, we will be taking a look at what not to say in an interview and ways to better your chances to get a role. Hello and welcome to another KYC Lookup video where we bring you AML related content to help you enhance your knowledge in the fight against money laundering. Before diving into today's video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Oh, and don't forget to leave us a comment with any suggested topics you would like us to cover in the future. We also have a special announcement to make, so be sure to watch until the end to find out what it is. So, on to today's video. Making a good first impression. Making a good first impression is key to setting the tone for an interview. Research has shown that an interviewer can make up their mind about a possible candidate within the first few seconds of meeting them, based on body language, attitude, clothes, and your mannerisms. When attending an interview, wearing appropriate clothing not only makes you look ready for the interview, but will also make you feel good and give you some added confidence. Being positive and having good body language all goes towards being possibly hired. Having a bad attitude. Creating a positive working environment is what all employees strive for, so finding someone who has the same outlook and can fit in the team is key. So when having an interview, if you have a bad attitude, that will definitely put an X by your name. Being overly negative, overbearing, aggressive, conceited, and having a know-it-all attitude is totally off-putting and not something an employee would want to bring into the workplace. Just think, would you want to employ you with that attitude if you interviewed yourself? Probably not. Don't put down your current or last employer. When having an interview with your possible future employer, the subject of where you currently work or your last role will most likely come up. It's never a good idea to talk negatively about your last or current manager or place of work. This shows bad manners and can be very off-putting for the person interviewing you. Even when you have not had the best experience, there are ways of explaining it without sounding overly negative. For example, saying something like, "They gave me the opportunity to be X or Y. However, it wasn't the right suit for me, or I have been at my current workplace for a number of years and now I'm ready for a new challenge." Don't turn up late. Turning up late to an interview for no good reason is unacceptable, and not apologising for your tardiness is even worse. Employees take a significant amount of time out of their day to interview you, so not valuing that time is intolerable. This person could be giving you the greatest opportunity, so be respectful and turn up early, if not on time. Unclear answering and rambling. When being asked a question in an interview, sometimes it's not a good idea to answer right away with anything and everything coming out of your mouth that doesn't either make sense or is irrelevant. To buy yourself a few seconds to gather your thoughts, take a sip of water and quickly think through your answer. Having unclear answers and rambling on doesn't show the best of you and may display a lack of good communication skills, and which may be one of the requirements for the role. Nerves can also play a part in this, so when the interview starts, there's nothing wrong with telling the interviewer that you are a little nervous, and I'm pretty sure they will be reassuring. Lack of interest in the company. It's always a good rule of thumb to do your research about the company you are interviewing for before you apply for a role with them. If you have no idea what they do or don't care about what they do, then how do you know this is a good place to work, or even if you will like the role on offer? Doing your own research gives you the opportunity to ask them questions about the company and test their knowledge about where you may want to work. This in turn shows your key interest in knowing about the company and using your own initiative. Don't have poor body language. Slouching in your chair or swaggering in the room like you own it can be very off-putting. Let's look at slouching first. This gives the impression that you don't care and that you have to be there, not that you want to be there. This shows a lack of respect and poor manners. Sitting upright in your chair where you can have good eye contact and think clearly is better for you and the interviewer. Now let's look at swaggering into the room. Doing this shows arrogance, like you own the room and the job. Again, this shows lack of respect for the people interviewing you and puts them off right away. Tone it down and never assume anything. This job is as good as anyone else's, as well as yours. Don't fidget. Being interviewed can be a very nerve-wracking experience, and so sometimes this can make you feel a little fidgety. However, playing with things around you or fidgeting can give the impression of lack of concentration. Try to stay as calm as you can. Focus on the questions being asked and your answers. Don't lie. One of the worst things you could do either on your resume or in an interview is lie about something. Whether it's a qualification or experience in a past role, the interviewer may want to quiz you on it, and if you don't have a plausible explanation, you will get caught out, and then being seen as a liar really isn't going to work in your favour. You want to be seen as trustworthy and dependable, so if you go into a situation lying, then you will quickly become unstuck. Stick to the truth, and if you have lack of experience in a certain field or area, then be upfront and honest, and explain that you would like to use this opportunity to gain more experience and progress in the role. As mentioned in our video on job interviews, tips and tricks, don't give up. If you've had a bad interview for a job that you truly think would be a great fit for you, not just something you want badly, then don't give up. Every bad experience is a lesson, so work on what went wrong and go into the next interview with a new plan. Remember, you are your best asset, so equip yourself with all the tools possible to make you stand out from the rest. Well, there you have it. What not to say or do in an interview and ways to better your chances to get a role. Now for the special announcement mentioned at the start of the video. We have now launched our very own courses for you to take a more in-depth look at a variety of subjects, such as Introduction to AML, Beneficial Ownership, and Customer Risk Rating, for example. So make sure you visit our website for further details, and let us help you connect the dots in KYC. Thank you for watching the video, and if you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe to watch more amazing videos.